Yo, Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it.
Time for divine shot, KJ events. This real talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Nick shit, dripping in Nick shit. Up in the world most famous arena with the click. That's the conglomerate. The Knicks real talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants, dominant. Paying homage to the cat in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that you don't care for hyperbole, you straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the facade. My entourage be on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in 10 books. As they cook my game plan, let my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks we know is pretty, but we all stay giddy. And we embrace the fan base like the links, Anthony Mace. We trace the logo when there's space that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. The city decks is on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like stars divine on Mount Mars. Knicks real talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks real talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks real talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks real talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go,
in the
let's go.
building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
Yo, salute everyone. What's going on? What's good? Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. We in the building about to get it poppin', man. The post-game recap. Knicks and Detroit Pistons, man, down at the world famous arena last night. Knicks went in there, man, and did their thing 130 on the 104. They had it going off aspects of the game, so we're going to get into all that. First and foremost, let me holler at my brother, Sean Powers. What's good, my brother?
Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat. Let's get it.
Yeah, real talk, man. A great game last night. The Garden was electric. It was buzzing. A lot of things going on, and they all had it, man. I like what I seen out there. The energy was electrifying. You know more than me. You was in the building, literally in the building. You know what I mean? So, salute to the chat. That's where it's at, man. Big task at hand. Core, Mega, Sherwin, JJ. Salute to all you guys, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the game last night. Nick took care of it. The first home game of the season. They took care of it, and that's a good thing right there, man. So I'm glad that happened. And they got that home court out the way shot power, and it was good for them the way they did it too. And up against a nice up and coming young team, man, gonna be hard to deal with. But they might turn around this year or whatever. But I think Detroit gonna come up, and I like what they doing down here. So I'm really excited about. But I'm also excited about what we did last night, man. And you was in the building, you know. Jalen Brunson cats had a popping last night. Quickly had a popping, you know. RJ did his thing. Obviously, Obi had 16, all that. We didn't do all the stats in a few minutes, but I think it was the most what I'm happy about what the fan base represented last night. I know you were one of them up in there, man. It was good, though.
Yeah, I mean, they came out. They was electrifying. They started taking the lead. The second unit came in and, you know, increased the lead a little bit. One point of the game, Detroit started to come back, and you know, the guy that I see that the key to the Knicks is Jalen Brunson. He came, he got a charging call, and then he came down and hit a big 3-pointer. Real big game last night in the building last night. It was electrifying, man. It was a sold out arena. The Knicks got new dances and stuff like that, and it was real lit up in there, man. I enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah, real talk, man. I'm glad you did, man, because you got MBK, everybody. I mean, you name it, they was up in the building last night. You know what I mean? Superman, Ronald, John Steele, Knicks fan, all you guys, man. Salute to everybody who represented all the platforms up in there. Y'all was up in there deep last night, mob deep. Like I said, y'all was up in the building last night, so that's good to see the fan base come out and support that first game. And on top of that, they had a win with a blowout, so that was good. But you know, for me, man, it was interesting to see. I like what I seen last night. Guys who didn't have a great first game the first opening night against Memphis, a lot of them bounced back and had a better second game. Like I said, quickly, Obi Toppin, RJ Barrett, you know, and on top of that, like we said, they didn't play a lot of minutes either. Tibbs got the minutes, you know, shaved last night because a lot of cats was getting it popping. Mitch had a better game, so it was a good overall to see that. The way they played, man. I think that's how the Knicks got to do it. If you can blow teams out, you give them young guys a little chance to get more minutes and really get in there and hone their skills and get a little bit more acclimated. So when the end of the season come around, these guys don't have no rust on them. So I hope we can continue to try to every now and then. When you got to beat the team you know you're supposed to beat, Shot Powers, beat them handily. That way it gives these guys to come off the bench and get the rust off. So you never know when your number's going to be called because of injuries or whatever the case may be. But I like the way they went down last night. I think it was good for them. And Derrick Rose, he got it popping last night as well.
Yeah, I mean, the one of the main things I said this year is if we want to see the Obi Toppins and the IQs and the Reddishes and so on and so forth, the starting unit has to really get out to a lead. And in the last couple of games, you really haven't seen anybody really go crazy in minutes. I mean, aside from Hardestein in that double overtime game, but Tibbs has been kind of filling the voids. He'll bring somebody in. You don't see Julius Randle playing a whole quarter. You don't see RJ playing a whole quarter. He's moderating their minutes, and what makes it real good is that you get to see the secondary unit get in and get 20 minutes, 22 minutes. Getting quality minutes and stuff like that. So if what we have seen in these last two games, continue to flow through the whole season, then you probably will see almost something like a 10-man rotation coming out there. I think that's more on the lines. We are deep, man. The way the team plays and stuff like that. If one guy ain't hot, the next guy gets hot. If two guys ain't hot, then two other guys can get hot. You know what I mean? At any given night, you can get one of these guys to go off and hit a 30-point game at any given night. So I'm happy to see that from the Knicks, and I'm glad that we got the win yesterday.
Yeah, real talk, man. Like I said, you was in the building, you know the energy, the atmosphere. I mean, it was electric, man. But you know what's good? We don't have to go out that. You can see what this dude, Jalen Brunson, makes a difference, man. He just makes a difference on that team. He's that guy we've been missing for the last, 10, 11 years, obviously before when Derrick Rose was here in 2018 with Carmelo and Porzingis. But we haven't had a guy like that who could make this thing work for us in a long time, since Jason Kidd was here back in the day. But I'm excited about what he brings to the table. The cat has just got it in him, man. His skill is amazing. He gives these guys the ball. I'm happy about Julius Randle. I'm loving the way Julius Randle is playing. You know what I mean? And he's really bought into this thing, man. And it seems like he came back. We always know Julius Randle had the skill shot. How that nobody can question Julius Randle's skills. Nobody. But what I'm happy to see the way he bought it this year. And now that he got a guy like Brunson to take the pressure off him, because now Julius Randle last year pretty much was that guy. He damn near had to do it all, you know what I mean? But for him to have a guy like Jalen Brunson now to take the pressure off him and let him really just focus on his game and scoring and passing and rebounding, I think it took so much pressure off him. I'm so happy for Julius Randle, man. I hope he can continue this. And just by having that guy they needed there to light the load for him and RJ, now they got Brunson there to kind of stir his thing the right way. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, I mean, watching the game last night, you seen the Knicks take a big lead, and then Detroit start coming back. And if I'm not mistaken, they were down by about 11, 12 points, man. They were making a big dip into that. They had them by like 30 points at one time, and they came back. And like I said, the key to this season is Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson stopped the bleeding. He got a offensive charge out there. He came down the court. He hit a big three. And then the team just elevated once again. They just started taking back off and stuff like that. So it was a good look. The one thing that I have to say about last night, and I don't know if how Tibbs did it or why he did it and stuff like that, but we were already blowing them out and stuff like that. And he kept RJ out there. He put in Brunson back in, and a couple of other players he put back in. For when we could have just went straight to the third unit and stuff like that. But overall, we got out there. He worked some different schemes out there. You've seen some different players on the court at different times and stuff like that, and it looked good. And big up to Derrick Rose yesterday, man, for coming out there and was ready to play, man. And the limited minutes that he had, I think what he scored almost 20 points, 17 points or something like that. I mean. Yeah, he started shooting the threes, and they was just like water, man. every shot he shot, it looked like it was going to go in. And so kudos to him, man. And then I also want to do one thing. Excuse me, Devon. I want to big up still Knicks fans, Ron and John, man. Those two guys, I went on the podcast with them yesterday, man. And I want to really give a big shout out to both of those guys that kind of helped me out on the podcast. Helping me, listening to them really made it easy for me to speak yesterday. So I want to really give a big shout out to those two guys, man. Those two guys really real cool dudes, man.
Yeah, real talk, man. Ron and John is the real deal. I call it RJ. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They some good people, man. Hey, man, real talk, man. And I hopefully whenever we get together with him, man, and we get on the show and whenever we have time, sometimes as content creators, it's not easy just to jump on anybody's show without setting it up. But I want to make sure that I represent him, but he's a good brother, man. Real talk, them cats is real, man. And a salute to Ron and John, man. Still Knicks fan, know the ledge, brother. Real talk. But yeah, man. But from what I seen yesterday, I'm impressed. I'm impressed just by the way the Knicks going about business this year. It's not about just because they won the game. It's about the way they playing this year overall. Their defense is solid. You got to kind of, I'm still skeptical of the Brunson and Fournier backcourt from a defense standpoint. But I think overall they playing good team defense. I think the one in Memphis that could have easily been more tighter depending on the situation. Everything where Mitchell Robinson fouling out, RJ not having it, that could have been a different defense game. But last night they put it on them cats. Last night after that first quarter, they were like, okay, it's time to get lock this thing down. And hopefully that's what we see through the rest of the season. Just protect that home court. If the New York Knicks protect that home court, we definitely in the playoffs. I ain't no question about it in my mind. If you just you protect that home court, and then you obviously you're gonna win some on the road. I don't care where you are. If you got talent, you got talent. But overall, we 1-1 coming out of the gate. I'm firing the ball right now. We got a game against Orlando, who's a pretty good young team. And they picked up a couple of veterans down there with Brooke Lopez and all those guys. So Robin Lopez. I apologize. So they're a good up and coming young team. Bon Caro and Wagner and all them guys, and Cole Anthony. We still got Jonathan Ida came back, so it's gonna be an interesting game Monday. Hopefully we get in here Monday pregame. We can really get into that, man. But I'm excited about that. But first and foremost, salute to the chat, man. Appreciate y'all coming in. My man JJ, Keith Turner, Big Taz, Knicks fan. Let's go. Salute to you guys. Sherman, like I said, Cash Out, Court Mega, everybody. Big Taz, good to see you, my brother. Real talk. My boy Cash Out, Wesley Robinson. You got another strong Island representative right here in the chat. My man Shot Powers, Wesley Robinson. So we holding down for Strong Island as well. It's all good, man. But yeah, man, just hoping that this thing continue, man. Just hoping that this thing continue and they just keep doing what they're doing. And hopefully, we come out Monday with another solid game. We get another victory. It's gonna be an interesting thing because the Knicks is foaming at the mouth on what Orlando did to them last season. You know what I mean, Shop Hour. So the Knicks probably got that in the back of their mind. We let these young boys come in the garden and Cole Henry ran them up on us. I think they got that. I think they're gonna make sure they don't let that happen this time. So I'm hoping that they come out there with their energy flowing and they get it popping. You know what I mean?
The Monday night, we're probably going to see some of the similar rotations out there. We may have a different outing from who's the quote unquote big scorer for the night and stuff like that. Who knows what it's going to be? It may be Mitchell Robinson. It may be R.J. Barrett. It may be it could be a slew of these guys. All these guys it's looking like they're working they're together. They're working together. They're doing things together. They're talking about togetherness. These guys really wants to play basketball. And like we said, Divine, if the Knicks hold down home court advantage, if they can hold down the home court advantage, it makes it easier for us to accomplish something this year. I think, in the range of how we playing and stuff like that, I easily think we could probably make somewhere around the 5 or 6, 4, 6, 7 or something like that. But for me this year, if we can have a winning season and make it into the play-in, that's an increase from what we did last year. And I just want this team to be good. I just want them to get out there every night and play good basketball, play togetherness, grab some rebounds, shoot some free throws, and win the game. That's my main focus this whole year, man.
Yeah. And I'm hoping that they do accomplish that. Because right now, RJ looks pretty decent from the Chinese strike. Even Mitchell looks decent from the Chinese strike. So it's a good thing, man. We scoring because of Jalen Brunson. His acquisition, we scoring in the paint better. He getting in the paint, giving you a lot of points in the paint, man. And so you added his points with the big man points. He pretty much dominated in that paint. You know what I mean? And I'm happy to see that. What I'm looking for is our defense continue to prosper, keep getting better. Like I said, I think once we figure out that perimeter defense a little bit more tighter, because you think about RJ that had a good game on the perimeter the last game, Fournier and Brunson. But I think once we get that solidified, I think maybe when Brian get back, that helps. He's probably one of our premier defenders on the perimeter. So if he can get back there and get in here with them, I think it's gonna be good. But I like what I'm seeing outside about it. I just hope that we can continue this maturation, man, because it's important that the Knicks go out there and do what they do this year, man, and just make the fan base happy. Let them know that last year wasn't. It was just one of those years. We're coming off a 41 win season. Then we had 37 wins with a pretty much tough situation with injuries and terrible shooting and all that good stuff. And we still was able to pull out 37 wins. So I think that to me is amazing to have many wins and knowing that your numbers wasn't even there. So I think that was a good look for us last year. But hopefully with the acquisition of Brunson, like I said, that it takes us to another level, man. I think right now the way he's playing and what he brings to the floor, he's a proven winner. On a college level, on an NBA level, Western Conference Finals last year. So it's pretty good to see, man. And I hope we just keep going. I'm happy with Julius Randle. I'm glad to see RJ Barrett bounce back. But you know what, Howard? It wasn't even about RJ scoring last night to me. It was about everything else he was doing. His assist numbers, his rebound, his defense. RJ, it wasn't even about the 18 points. We know he's going to get that. But I like everything else that he was doing last night, and I was impressed with that.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of things that you can really look at the team and be like, wow, man, that they're trying to make a change. You see the players do different things this year. You see Julius Randle is in rhythm with the team. He's not looking to be the number one. He's looking to make good plays and make baskets. Yesterday, RJ relinquished shooting the three as much, and he went more to the hole yesterday. You've seen Brunson really hold the team together and put people in places. You're starting to see Mitchell Robinson set quality screens now. You know what I mean? Sometimes he set the hard screen, and sometimes he'll set the slip and roll screens. So you see these new things, these new little niches that they got and stuff like that. And I have us like middle of the road right now. We're not, we're not towards the bottom of the pack, and we may not be. We don't have a superstar to be one of the quote unquote elites of the pack. But if you look at the season, how the season is going already, you see these big teams are losing already, man. We got the bigger teams with all these superstars, and they don't even have a win yet. It's 2 or 3 teams that are like, wow, I think it was
Philly, the Lakers.
The 76ers and stuff like that, so we have to put this beginning first 10 games after these next 2 games. I mean, we have a aggressive aggressive couple of games coming up, man. And if we could get ourselves together, wash off the little Knicks and get things, really, with some good cohesion going on and stuff like that. I mean, who knows what's going to happen with this team, where we're going to really lay out and end up being, man. I just want us, like I said, to be a good team, and I want us to be a good team this year. And every game that we play, we have a chance to win.
Yeah, real talk. Salute to my brother Johnny David. Salute to you, my brother. Salute. Salute to everybody, man, in the chat. That's where it's at. Craig McQueen, salute to you, my man, for coming in, and everybody, man. Yeah, you know what? For me, everybody is more locked in. And you know what? And to me, if you go from the top, like we look at Mr. Robinson coming in more healthy this year, not coming off of injuries. We look at Julius Randle. Julius Randle is Julius Randle. Like the only difference with Julius Randle this year and last year is not the number, it's his mentality. He took a step further with his mentality. That's so important when you got like Julius Randle, who already got the gifted skill to do whatever with a basketball, but the cat can shoot the ball with the best of them. Even that year when Julius Randle put up that 24, 11, and 5, I thought he was the best shooter in the NBA that last year. Everything Julius Randle was dropping was net that year. So, and I think last year was different because of the way the season went. But I think Julius Randle came back this year in better shape than last year. We got a 6-pack Knicks this year. Everybody has 6-packs over the summer. So I think he came back in better shape. I do think that was a big thing for him. And I agree to keep trying to bring your chat back up. Isn't much he is butter this season, man, and because he looks good, but I think he's locked in mentally, and he always, you can never doubt his gift from a physical standpoint. Julius Randle was that dude, in real talk, man. So I'm happy to see him, and I think he's the reason why we even where we at right now. The first game we had a decent game. What I'm happy about also chatting everybody because we playing so good, and our bench finally came to the forefront last night. We didn't have to play Julius Randle 30 minutes. None of them starters played over 30 minutes last night. None of them, because the bench had it popping so much that they just Tibbs just sat the cats down. You know what I mean? And say, okay, you know what? They're gonna get the majority of the minutes. And then when I put up the stats and the team and player stats in a few minutes, you'll see what I'm talking about, man. But these guys was plus everywhere. The bench was plus 20s, let's say. So I was happy about that, man, overall. And hopefully we can continue this thing going. A big tag you 100% on that. And that's what the Sixers are doing right now. Sixers. Oh my God, I don't know. Do you want to be coming to New York or something? Do I need to start a rumor? I don't know. Maybe Doc Rivers on his way out the door. They don't look good in Philly right now. But you know what? It's early though. Them Captain must run and turn around and win 10 straight. You never know. You can't really judge the season too much because it's only 2 games. But by the time you get to the 10th game, I think you know where teams are at now. They pretty much got all the rust off of them. They pretty much got acclimated with each other. And I think you know where everybody at after about the 10th game of the season. But right now, for us from the Knicks perspective, I like what I'm seeing with our team. I think we cast it. I like it when one man ain't got it, the next man can get it. Like Cam Reddish had the other night, but he quickly did, and Obi didn't. But this last night, Cam didn't have it, but Obi and quickly had it. That's why I always keep saying in the chat and everybody that this is a deep team because we got guys who could pick it up for each other when one is down. You know what I mean? And I was happy to see that shot powers.
Oh yeah, man. To see like you said, Divine. One night someone else is hot, and then the next night someone else can be hot. And the one thing that I've been saying this whole year, if you want to see these guys play basketball, the IQs of the world, the Obi Toppins of the world, we have to get out to early starts. You know what I mean? This way it will help them get more minutes. We're screaming and talking about Obi Toppin getting 20 minutes getting 20 minutes a game. And he can easily get 20 minutes a game if the team performs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I'm just waiting. We're gonna see this year. Different guys at different times of games and in this season really put up some big numbers and stuff like that. And I'm just I'm here for the next 80 games or so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real talk, man. It's gonna be a fun season. I can already feel it in my spirit. It's gonna be a fun season. I mean, I really believe that. I think now, it's a good test Monday with these young up and coming Orlando Magic guys. That's going to be a good test for us. And then, we got 3 games at home. We took care of 1 now. We can take care of Orlando and then close out that next game against I forgot who we're playing, but to go 3-1 and go on the road. After that, it's going to be a pretty brutal schedule there. You know what I mean? They're going to be pretty tough. So try to maintain and get all the wins you can get right now, and then knowing that. If you go on the road and you give up 1, so be it, but you took care of your home court. Because like I said, 82 games, 41 at home, 41 on the road. You got to be dominant at home, and I think that's going to be good. But I still don't think the team is even really settled yet. I think this team is still haven't settled in. We'll see what's going to happen with Quentin Grimes. And once we figure out what's going to happen with him when he get back, he's just going to be another guy that's going to add to the piece of the puzzle. So we got to see how the Fournier thing continue through the rest of the season. How that's going to pan out. But at the same time, we got 15 guys that can go hard every night, and you can't ask for more than that. That was a proven fact last night. Last night when Cats really went up in there and said, "Listen, we're in front of our home court, our home crowd, our home fans." They came to see us perform, and they put on a performance last night. I mean, and I know the one thing I liked about Tibbs, the Knicks was up like maybe I think it was one time at 20. They got it down to 17 with a Ted Duke. He called the timeout. All right, guys, we ain't letting it get, don't get lack because you got a 25-point lead. I love that timeout about Ted last night when he called that right when them cats was about to make a run.
Mm-hmm.
He said, listen, and then they got their composed, and the second unit came and did their thing. So I think if once you got the second unit and the second unit and the first unit clicking shot powers, that's a good look for the Knicks when everybody clicking.
Yeah, I mean, it really is, man. And even watching Evan Fournier last night, man, he was getting beat a little bit with playing Ivy last night. He got some blow bys and stuff like that, but he was playing aggressive, man. He made moves to go into the hole. He was making playing okay team defense and stuff like that. So everybody has a something to bring this year, something to prove, or I'm missing the word that I really want to say, but everybody has something that they have to bring to the table this year. And no matter what happens we'll see certain guys play better in certain games, and the next game we'll see a different set of guys play better and stuff like that. So as long as they keep that same mindset like that, man, we're going to win a lot of games this year. Salute to Quiet Money, man. I missed seeing you yesterday, my brother, man. But salute. Thank you for being in the chat. What's goody?
Yeah, my brother. Quiet Money, man. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, my brother. You know how we do. Yeah, man. You know what? It's just a good thing to see, man. It's not, listen, it's early. It's only 2 games. We still got 80 to go, but it still feel good to be, because even that first game against Memphis, they played good. Granted, a couple of players didn't have it that night, but they still performed well. You know what I mean? At the best, and to be in that game on the road against Memphis, and though they was down a couple of their star players, 3 of them at least, they better players. I won't say star, but better players. Jalen Brunson and all them guys, and Jaren Jackson and Zaire Williamson. You play who on the floor and you play who in front of you. And I think for the most part, they went in there and battled. So these first 2 games, I like what I'm seeing. Even though one of them was an L, I still like what I'm seeing from these guys, man. I'm hoping. I just think Jalen Brunson is a different maker, like I've been saying all year, having that legitimate guy, the quarterback of this team, man. What I like about it too was they going back to him, like Julius Randle. I love the way he's like this here. Jalen Brunson is our floor general. So Julius Randle giving that ball to him and let him set up everything. And compared to last year with Julius Randle, even though he wasn't the point guard, but he probably was one of our better players. He had to set up everything sometime. So I think I'm like what I was saying for his acquisition. I think it paid dividends. Hartenstein paid dividends. Really good offseason for the Knicks overall. The way they did in the free agency. Granted, they couldn't trade with Donovan Mitchell, but you know what? They still got a quality player, man, and the Cats are winning. And so you can't go wrong with that. So let's see how this thing keep translating, man. And hopefully they keep piling up some W's and let everybody else in the East do what they do. Like, look at Philly. You look at these guys, let them keep beating each other up. I don't care. Y'all can beat each other all day and just let the Knicks win the game they need to win. That's what got me optimistic about the playoff, because as long as we handle our business, everybody else gonna be beating each other up. No matter if this cat play this team, if Lambeau play this guy, or if Boston play Philly, or if Boston play Brooklyn, one of them gotta lose. You know what I mean? Shot power, somebody gotta lose that game. So we just gotta hope that all these cats keep beating each other up, and we just win our games. And next thing you know, we pretty much in there. I really believe that, man. So I'm super excited about the opportunity that lies in front of us. And I think after 10 games, I think this team will be even more locked in. And then we really see what they made up when Quentin Grimes come back. Then that's a different situation we got to deal with when it comes to rotation minutes. But and like Tim say, always be ready. And it's going to be interesting to see the Knicks this first half of the season with everybody healthy, how Ted maneuver and do these rotation minutes with everybody here. When Quentin Grimes come here, everybody's back. You know what I mean? So how they gonna work that out? How them, and who minutes might get decreased, or do what he's doing now. But I do like if whoever hot plays. You know what I mean? And I think that's a good thing. So if a person in the starting lineup ain't hot and somebody else is popping, then that's what he got to do. He got to play, because it's really about winning the game. It's really not about trying to how would I say, cater to the guy because they big time player, or they got the most money on the contract. No, it's about playing the players together. And so I'm happy about the way that's going so far.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen Brunson is the key, man, and no matter how we move forward and stuff like that, who's going to be the biggest scorer of the night or whoso or whatever the case may be, man. I believe we have a deep team, man. If we could get the second unit to do anything like they played yesterday and stuff like that, we're going to be a hard out every time we get on the court and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, and you know, I'm waiting to see what happens when Quentin Grimes comes back. I mean, how he fits into the scenario and how he gets minutes and stuff like that. The one thing I said earlier, and I'll say it again, when we start winning, more players off the bench will get more minutes. So you will see the Obi Toppins getting the 17 to 20 minutes that we've been screaming about, that he needs more minutes on the court. When Brunson get, these guys are gonna, let's just see what happens. You know, right now I'm happy from what I seen yesterday, and I was happy from the game that we lost in that overtime game too, of how these guys really want to play together. And it doesn't one half can change the game. You know, you can have a bad first half and come out that second half and really electrify the team and make some positive moves. So let's see how this team keeps rolling and see what they do on Monday and how we can try to transition, because I know the Knicks are ready to beat this team. Last year we got beat by them twice, right? They beat us twice, then they beat us last year. Yeah. So I know the Knicks are real giddy for this team coming up right here.
Yeah, real quick, let me ask you a question before we get into the stats and the team stats and the player stats. Is there anything that you didn't like that happened last night in the game before you being at the Garden? And is there anything that you didn't like that the Knicks was doing, or one player in particular that you didn't like from last night?
I mean, there was a couple of little things. I think IQ. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I don't know if he's IQ comes down and he looks for OB 100%. You know, and he doesn't really look for anyone else that much. I didn't that you know, I kind of seen that yesterday. I seen a couple of times when IQ had the ball and Reddish was wide open at the 3-point line and he went to Obi now and the cuffs, but that he did go to Obi and Obi did produce, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's a double-edged sword right there. You know, he didn't look for Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish didn't score. He could have probably easily got, you know, closer to 10 points last night. But he looked at Obi. Obi was driving to the basket, dunking the ball. He looks for Obi a lot. Another thing that I didn't like last night was at the point at about 4 minutes or so into the game, we still had a lot of our starters on the court, and we had already pretty much had a 20-something point lead or something like that. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? That, that aside from that, you know, I think Tibbs should have probably pushed to put that third unit in there. I don't think they could have, you know, gave up 21 points in 4 minutes, but, you know, I think he should have took the guy. He did take them out. You know, you didn't see no more Julius Randle. You didn't really see no more of Mitchell Robinson and stuff like that. But RJ was still out there. I think he made a substitution. Brunson got back on the court. You know, and we do not need these guys to go out there and God forbid, go out there, twist an ankle or you know, get an elbow to the face and break their nose, and now they got to play with a mask or, you know, whatever the case may be, you know. So aside from that, man, I think they played great team defense, man, and they played together basketball last night.
Yeah, real talk, real quick. Hey, Parrish, let me ask you a question, because I kind of, do y'all think that Obi Toppin, and it could be just because he's just a creature of habit, because he know him and Obi been doing this for 3 years together almost, and he just know that 9 out of 10 that's his dude that he gonna find. Or do you think I don't even say that it's something that personal. I think that he just so used to Obi Toppin, and not only that maybe that's why people say he's not a pure point guard, because with a pure point guard he might see Cam Reddish him at a certain time. I don't know, but I do think that because them cats is like, you know, when Quickly get that ball, he already know what he looking up to see, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I hope it's not none. I know when I was looking out there on Twitter and everything, people would think that he's dissing Cam or I don't know if that's the case. Yeah, you know what I mean? So you hear it out there, but I'm hoping that's not the case, because I don't think Quickly's a selfish ball player. No, I just think that I don't know if him and Cam is real comfortable with each other yet. And maybe they got to learn each other's tendencies on the court. And that goes a long way sometimes. Sometimes you don't know a player's tendencies and quickly know what Obi Toppin's going to be. He know what he's going to do. Maybe he just haven't found that rhythm with Cam yet. Maybe it might come in time. You know what I mean? If they do, then be fine. So we have to see, man. But I'm hoping that's not the case. I don't think this is a selfish team by any means. I think all of cats is unselfish. I really do. And they playing like they're unselfish. And let's hope that's the case. But we'll see moving forward that problem keep occurring. Then we talked about it, and somebody might can ask quickly, what's the deal with it? You know what I mean? So, but in that, let's get into the last night's stats real quick, chat. We're gonna get into look at the players team stats from last night. Me and Shop Powell will talk about it, and we'll see what's up. And, if we look at the numbers last night, ladies and gentlemen, Julius Randle 25 minutes, 5 for 12, 2 for 3. Had a pretty decent game last night. With downtown, 3 for 4 for the charity stripe. 6 rebounds. There wasn't too much going on other than that due to the fact that they didn't play a lot of minutes. He still had 15 points, and he was a -1, which Robinson had 5 rebounds. 3 for 5 for the charity stripe. I'm impressed with that. I'm enough for Rich Rob, 2 for 4. He shot 50%. 3 for 3 from the field goal, 5 rebounds. He only played 23 minutes, and he scored 8 points. He was a +5, so he was effective on the other end. But he also had 2 blocks, 2 steals, and things of that nature. So good for him, man. Jalen Brunson, 28 minutes, 6-11 from the floor, 2 for 11 from 50% from 3-point land, 3 for 5 from the charity stripe, 6 assists. That's right, 2 rebounds. He was a +3, 17 points. Good job by him. Fournier, 20 minutes, 3 for 8, 2 for 5 from downtown. Didn't get to the line. He had 2 rebounds, 1 assist. He was a -1, 8 points. RJ Barrett, good game last night. Shot 50%, over 50% from the floor in 28 minutes, 8 for 15. He didn't do well from downtown. He shot 100% from the charity stripe, which is good. That's what we really want to see. Had 4 rebounds, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, +12, 18 points. Good job. Had the bench killed it last night. Jericho Sims, he only had 3 minutes. He had a rebound, and that's about it. But Obi Toppin, 21 minutes, 7 for 12, 2 for 5 from downtown, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, +25, 16 points. Keels didn't have but 1 minute, so that was the garbage time. Cam Reddish, 19 minutes, 3 for 8 from the floor. He didn't shoot well from downtown. He missed 2 3-point shots. Didn't get to the line, but he did have 4 rebounds. He was a +12. So and that's good to see. He might not score a lot of points, but he was a +12. So he affected the game in a lot of ways last night. Harkenstein, 21 minutes, 2 for 4. He shot 50% from downtown, 50% from the line. He had 11 rebounds. Harkenstein was killing it. Good God. 11 rebounds, 2 steals, a block, +21, 6 points. And it's not about the points, it's about the pluses, how they affected the game. And obviously, I think after that, Howard had 1 3-pointer, 2 minutes, 1 for 1. He shot 100%. Quickly, numbers was huge. 27 minutes, 8 for 14. Phil, 3 for 8 from downtown, 100% from the charity stripe. When he went there, took 1 shot. But the cat had 7 rebounds and 7 assists, +27 with 20 points. 27 and 7. Quickly did his thing last night, Shot Power. That was good to see, man. And overall, the team went 50 for 95. They shot over 50% from the floor. 16 for 18 from downtown. That's almost close to 40-some%. They missed a little bit from the charity stripe. 50 rebounds, 29 assists. That was good to see, and scored 130 with almost like that was. So the overall, I think it was good for them. They had a good thing going last night, Shot Power. And I like the stat line for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm not taking anything away from IQ. Let that be clear. He played a great game last night. 7 rebounds, 7. I mean, what can you ask for? That's what we need to see from him more often. And I believe, like Parrish said, this team is deep, man. And the stat line is not going to show so many players 35 points, 28 points, and stuff like that. But you're going to see the numbers like 15, 17, 16, 13, 20, multiple players with double digit in scoring and stuff like that. So, and I believe that the rotational part of what Tibbs does this year won't be as what he did last year, that 8-man, 9-man rotation. I think this team will probably be closer to a 10 or 11-man rotation. And like I said, if we get out early and we control the game towards the fourth quarter, we will see a lot of players get more minutes, and the players that we want to see out there on the court get more minutes. And it's just good to see the team. We're not depending on one person to be the star. At any given time, you can have any one of these guys come up and get 20 points easily a night.
Yeah, real talk. Yo, salute to the chat. Paris, my brother, salute to Paris, Doug in the building, Nick Yak in the building, salute to him, Johnny, everybody, man. Big task, salute to everybody, man. We just run them up with a thumb up, like and subscribe, make sure to talk. Let's get it. We in the building, Divine, Shot Power, salute to my brother KJ out there, out and about, my man, real talk. But so far so good. So far so good. It's only 2 games into the season, but I like what I'm seeing. Even if we lost a couple of games, I do like the way we playing as a team. Chef NYK, my brother, salute to you with real talk. I like the way the team is playing right now, and let's hope that they can continue this thing and keep prospering. But that stat line from last night was very interesting. Obviously, Detroit, after that first quarter, they didn't have anything left. And once the Knicks really put them in a donut, there wasn't too much they could do because they're young, obviously. And they in a mad hostile environment with all you cats up in there. You know what I mean? So they really didn't have nothing going once it wasn't this kind of, they kept trying to get below 19. They got down to 13 one time, and I seen Tibbs for that second unit, and then they stretched it back out. I'm like, okay, that's what it's about. So let's hope that we continue to vibe, man. Everything look good so far, chat. Things look good, and we're going to see how they get down Monday. Big test for them. But I think Detroit had beat Orlando, if I'm not mistaken, the first game of the season.
Yeah.
That's what's good. So Detroit beat them. And then we're gonna see what happens with Orlando, man. Nice young team, but they're gonna be something to record with pretty soon. They got some good talent down there, and sometimes it ain't all about talent. It's about knowing how to play the game. You could be athletic talent, you could have a physical kids. Do you have the mental makeup to apply with them physical kids? So that's what we got to see Monday. Do Orlando have the mental makeup with all that physical young talent they got to overcome our talent and our mental makeup? We'll see. It's gonna be a good game at the Garden. I think it should be fun. But it won't be no magic, no hocus pocus up in there. I tell you that much. So it's going there banging, but it's a good young team. I got to give them their flowers, man. That organization really went through the rebuild well, and Bon Carroll looked good. We know what Cole Anthony could do. Wagner, that boy is unbelievable. He's gonna be nice. So they got Jonathan Isaac back. All that. So they got a lot of going on, Suggs and everybody. Let's see what our boys do. But I think our strength can overcome that. And our 15-man deep roster can really prevail against some guys that we go out there and do what we do, and just lock down on the defense and play hard. But we can't take it for granted, though. You know what I mean? Shouldn't sleep on nobody. You know what I mean? I think you go in there and the score is 0-0 when you start a tip off, and you take it from there. But Knicks can't go in there thinking that they got this thing locked, because maybe that's what happened last year. Cole Anthony had something to prove, playing in front of his mom, and from Brooklyn, or Bishop, Lloyd, whatever, you know what I mean? So he had something to prove, you know what I mean? And they caught us off guard, but I don't think that's happening this Monday. But overall, shot power, so far, we just got to keep grinding, that's all.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Stay on the path, follow the defense, play together. Together is the key this year. If they play together, we don't need to have, right now, we don't have a quote-unquote star player, but with the lineup, like you just seen, the way they the numbers went from the starting lineup into the second lineup, with players that are high in double digits, and that's what we need to do. We need to have multiple players with multiple double-digit scores. We need the team to play high intensity and push that pace, man. We push the pace. We score. We grab some rebounds. We hit some free throws. We win a game.
Yeah, real talk. And so far, and I don't know how many people in the chat or you might have been kind of surveying the NBA so far. Do you think it's a lot of teams in the East as deep as we are? I mean, I know we got teams in there who got superstar talent in the front, like I said, the Brooklyn and the Milwaukee's and the Boston, they got that superstar player maybe up in the front line. But how many teams in the East that I can think of that's deep as the Knicks are. I'm talking about deep, not maybe talent wise for a star player, but I think the Knicks got probably one of the deeper teams in the East to be. I mean, in the league actually, to be honest with you. I mean, Derrick Rose and these guys coming off the bench and doing what they're doing, and Cam Reddish and when Grimes get here and quickly and Obi and Hart. I mean, they just seem like they've got a legitimate 12-man deep lease that can really contribute to a team no matter what. I think we got 12 players, no matter what, can come in here and make a contribution to what we do as a team. So that's why I'm kind of giddy about what we got going on right now, because I just think that they got a pretty deep team shot. I think that if somebody get injured, I think we still can hold it down until that player, hopefully it's not a season-ending injury, but he might have to be out a couple of weeks or a month. I still think we can maintain when our key players go down because how deep our team is.
I mean, I believe this year, with the depth of the team that we have, with the second unit playing like they played yesterday, we're going to win a couple of more games than we did last year. I think we're going to run teams into the ground, man. Maybe it was just me, but I noticed the first game when we played against John Moran and they were really running on us, doing a lot of things early in the game, and they were really getting to it. They were fast and all that stuff. But as the game proceeded, they started slowing down. The Knicks defense started getting stronger. We started making shots. We started playing together and stuff like that. And if we do that all year long, man, just grinding the teams down and making teams have to play different styles of defense against us now. You don't see people trying to double team Julius Randle as much. You see Brunson is controlling the game a little bit more. You're seeing RJ Barrett starting to take a short jump shot, drive to the hole, and all these things that we all talk about as Knicks fans and stuff like this. As the time goes on, I think that this team is a deep team, man, and I think we are going to win a couple of games just because of our depth that we have on the bench and our starting unit.
Yeah, real talk, man. I agree with that 100%. I just think it goes well, like I said, and that's what was interesting last night. Cam Reddish didn't have to pop last night. He didn't because he had other guys popping. And I think that's like the other night. Mitch he couldn't pop him in Memphis, so Hartenstein popped, that night. RJ couldn't pop. Cam Reddish popped that night. I just think it's just so fun to see that. And not only that, Shop, how all these guys know the system. That's what's so crazy about it, because other than Brunson and Hartenstein, everybody else was here. So they know the system. It's not like, they got to get acclimated to anything.
Right.
Unless Ted brought something new in there, and then he put something new in the game plan. But I think overall, I think him. What I like about the coaching staff so far, it's only 2 games, but I like the acquisition the way Rick Brunson. Rick Brunson was a natural point guard. So he not only he's going to help his son Jalen Brunson, but he's also going to help quickly. He's also going to help Derrick Rose because he's a point guard, a coach that knows the point guard role, and I think it's fun to come here. You can kind of see the difference in that there. So I'm glad that him and Johnny Bryan and guys and Ted them locked in right now. They looking pretty good, and we just got to hope this thing continue to keep moving forward, and we just add on wins, just keep adding on wins. Like I said, nobody know we ain't going those 82 games being undefeated. We already know that ain't happening. But what I do think Knicks got a chance to be in every game, just like that Memphis game. And I just think that team got a chance to be in every game they play. If they don't go out there and be lackadaisical for some reason, I don't know, they had a bad night, whatever, Shop Howard, but the Knicks come out with energy every night and play defense, I think they'd be in more games than people think they would be in. So that's what kind of got me optimistic about the team so far. Until we played the creme de la creme team, we really haven't played other than Memphis, and they wasn't fully healthy. But I think once we started getting into the grind of the season, and we starting to see we going up against the KD, we going up against the Jason Tatum, we going up against the Giannis, and them teams who pretty much going to be a lock to be in the top 4 or 5. That's who I want to measure our team against. I'm not worried about Chicago. I'm not worried about all these lower echelon teams. I want to see how we measure up against the big boys. So that lets us know where we at as a team by the way we play them guys.
Yeah, this team is deep, and if we keep continuously playing the rotation that Tibbs is playing, we're going to be a problem with every team out there. The grit, the grime, and how these guys really get at it and stuff like that. Once again, Jalen Brunson is the key to our success this year. Not solely, but majority of what he does with the team can really elevate this team into the next level. You know what I mean? And like I said, I'm 100% sure that we win at least 5 more games than we did last year. And I believe that we should be somewhere around 47 games at the top of the spectrum at the end of the season this year. And, to bring us into somewhere in the, I just want us to make sure that we make it into a play-in game this year. A play-in game from last year is a big step. And once we get into the play-in, it's all in for them, man. Jalen Brunson plays well at last year in the finals and in the playoffs. And if we could get Jalen Brunson with Julius Randle, a better year from Julius Randle with Fournier and Cam Reddish and all these guys that we're talking about, I think we're going to be a hard out this whole year coming.
I do see from a talent perspective. I think I already know, where I'm at with it 45. But here's another thing that's interesting to me. You look at a lot of teams. I don't know exactly when he done got that bag. Don't get me wrong. How we know he's gonna be able to maintain his whole year with that knee? He had a knee issue for a minute. How is Zach LaVine gonna roll out all year long? How is what happens if something with KD or Kyrie? That's just an accident waiting to happen almost sometime. They're gonna they're gonna get into something there where Ben Simmons he just lined into it. He ain't gonna recuperate. Them the things I'm looking for. That going on. Look what's going on with Embiid right now. You know what I mean? These things happen in the course of a season. That's why sometimes you got to take the projections and say, okay, you know what? Some teams is going to wind up not doing too good because the player might get injured. The camaraderie is not there. The player that they bought and they thought was going to be somebody, they knocked somebody. So I think when I look at a lot of teams in the East, I see three teams already kind of going through that already. So we just got to see how it's going to go, man. But we just got to stay on our grind. Don't worry about them. We only control what you can control, and that's what the Knicks got to do. They control 50 players that's playing on that team for them. But as of right now, I do think that I'm looking at the Embiid situation, all that. I'm looking at the LaVine situation. I even do with Charlotte. You got LaMelo Ball and Terry Rozier. These things happen, and so you never know what might happen. You never know. But let's hope we can stay healthy. Knock on wood, we can stay healthy. If the Knicks stay healthy, I think we're going to be all right. I just think that we just got to see how the rest of it. And you don't want to beat teams because they're unhealthy, but I'm going to say that's just a part of the NBA. That shit happens. Ain't nothing you can do about that. And I think you got to take that into the equation when it's going to happen. Some of these teams that we think are going to be up there, they might not wind up being up there for whatever reason it may be, but you just never know. And we just got to be ready to capitalize off from teams. Like if Philadelphia come in the Madison Square Garden and they don't got Joel Embiid, the Knicks better bust their butt. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. If Chicago come up in the Garden and they don't got Zach LaVine there, no, they got DeMar DeRozan and everybody else around DeMar DeRozan, the Knicks got to handle them. And I think that's the thing that I'm looking for this year is how we play against the upper echelon teams. And if we can at least be 500 against them, then we should be all right.
Yeah, it's no question about that. I think every game that the Knicks play this year is going to be. I don't see. I'm hoping that I don't see too many games of bad basketball from the New York Knicks where we're just getting. We just not out there. We're not playing basketball, big blowout games, anything like that. I think every game we play this year, we should be in it. And Jalen Brunson is the key, man. Jalen Brunson is the key to our success. Not so heartedly the key, but a big part of what we do this year is going to flow through what Jalen Brunson does for the team.
Yeah, real talk. Another thing just to piggyback off that, if Derrick Rose stay healthy and you got a Jalen Brunson starting point guard and you got a Derrick Rose coming in doing what he's doing with all that veteran experience, his game is good. If he stay healthy, and that's the key word, if he stays healthy. But if Jalen Brunson, and that's a tough matchup to take Jalen Brunson out of the game and bring in Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose probably good just as any other second unit point guard in the league. Probably just as good as a lot of first unit point guard because of his talent and how long he's been around and how much he know the game. He done been against guys that's way better than a lot of guys right in the NBA right now. So it ain't like he gonna fear anybody. If Derrick Rose stay healthy with Jalen Brunson, that's one of the best two to me point guard situations in any team in the league got, basically to me. And I'm hoping that he stays healthy. But I like the way Tibbs can use him though. You don't got to burn him out, and you brought that to the forefront before the season started. You don't got to use Derrick Rose a lot of minutes, but when he pop him, let him do his thing. You know what I mean? But it's a good thing that if he not having that night, then you let quickly move to the point guard spot, or whatever. They just got so many options with McBride and them because we got so much interchangeable players with a combo with them, like I would say. I mean, you Quentin Grimes probably can even play a point guard shot out there. I mean, that's how good the man can do the ball. You know what I mean? He got some playmaking ability. So I think that position is really good for the Knicks this year, man. I'm dying to see how they're going to compete every night against all these teams. And so far so good though. Jalen Brunson 15, no turnovers. That's amazing. I mean, this cat got no turnovers. I mean, not saying he won't get one, but knowing that you got a point guard who don't turn over the ball. That just giving you extra possessions, to give you more possessions in the game, but you're not getting rid of them, you know what I mean? And call another team and go down and score off a defense turnover. So to have a point guard who can command the ball, don't turn the ball over, to put dudes in the right spots. I just want to see when they get to the upper competition. So, and we'll be seeing that pretty soon. But the schedule coming out of the gate, these 10 games is pretty brutal. So, or 20 for that matter. But it's a big test for the Knicks. If the Knicks can stay over 500 in over these 10 games, then that tells me right there how they can be. So I'm really looking forward to see how they do in the next 10 games. We 1-1, so really the next 8 games, let's see what they're gonna do. If they can stay above 500, then I'm fine with that. Because that means if they stay above 500, then that's better than 41 or 41. If you're above 500,
right?
Let's see how they do it. And right now, the Knicks go 500 the rest of the way. They're 41 or 41. You know what I mean? So, but I think it'll be better than that. I think they're gonna win some good games this year. And we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited about it, no question.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, every game that the Knicks come out to play this season, I think it's going to be a hard out. And we're going to have different players that prosper during the course of this season in different games. We may have a chance to see 3 or 4 guys have high double numbers. I mean, high double-digit scoring and stuff like that. Or you may see 7 guys with 16 to 14 to 17 points. So the way the team comes out, it's a different way they can orchestrate the game every game. And if the second unit can still step up like they did yesterday, and the starting unit can still contribute like they did the last game, we're going to be a good team this year.
Yeah, real talk. I'm hoping that that does happen. That I think RJ step up. I'm no question on that. His maturation has been like that every year. I mean, the cat gets better every year. I mean, if RJ was the cat who might have had 17 in the first season, then fell down to like 14 in the second season, then I think we'd be saying, okay, he's going in the wrong direction. But from what I see, from 14 a game to 17 a game to 20 a game, I think I hopefully his maturation keeps going. I mean, this cat is a worker. He want to be good. I think when you got that type of mentality, you're going to try to do the best to be good. So I think that for the most part, I think RJ hopefully be fine. I'm not too much concerned about him, and but we just want him to be consistent. You know what I mean? Like you did after that All-Star break last year. RJ was killing it after the All-Star break last year. So let's hope he can pick that up early and get into a good groove and maintain. But I agree with Keith. We need him to really be the RJ that we think he can be. But right now, he's so good so far. Other than that game he had against Memphis, which we really wanted him to shine that night against John Morant and them. But what a way to bounce back. But it's definitely going to be an interesting thing. If he can pop, RJ can get back to RJ last year with better efficiency, shooting better from the free throw line. He probably get you around 20 a game. Now with Brunson here, he probably won't be able to get you 25 or 23 because I think Jalen Brunson going to get majority of he's going to be able to take some of them plays away for RJ. But RJ got to be consistent so when he do get the ball, with Randall, RJ, and Brunson, you want to call them an average big three, a mid big three, I don't care what you call it, but if them cats can contribute to the game, and it's more about the wins, not about the points and all that. If they contribute to winning, I think we should be pretty good to go with that, man. So let's see if these cats can get together. But I do think that we got a lot of good things going on here.
Yeah, it's no question about that, man. Good. You play together. You get out and run. You grab some rebounds. You shoot some free throws. You know what I mean? You got a chance to win every night. And the one thing that I do like about this team, you don't have to depend on one person to get the scoring going. You got a number of options out on the court that can give you 15 to 20 points easily a night. So that's the big thing about this. Like I said, we don't have to have one player score 35 points and everybody else is scoring 8, 10, 12 points and stuff like that. We come out every game and we got 5, 6, 7 players with multiple double digit scoring. We're going to have a good year this year.
Yeah, real talk. I'm not too worried about it. Like I said, we won 37 games last year with a depleted roster. You know what I mean? Salute my man Worldwide Al. You already know what it is, man. Salute to my brother right there.
You already.
Salute to you, my brother. You already know. But I'm gonna stay optimistic about this thing. I'm not gonna even get pessimistic about anything. I don't do that. But like I said, I think if you look at it from the way things are going right now in the NBA, the Knicks got a good chance to play some ball. I just think they just got to stay consistent, play defense, do what they do best, play defense, be on top of your game, just play hard. Go hard for 48 minutes, not 24 minutes, not 36 minutes. Go hard for 48 minutes from opening tip to that buzzer sound at the end of the game. You go hard for 48 minutes, you're always going to be in the game. You know what I mean? And like I said, yeah, we lost to Memphis, but we didn't lose because we wasn't talented enough. We lost because a couple of guys just didn't have it popping. So I'll leave it at that right there. You know what I mean? I think I like what's going on so far. Shot power. Let's keep maintaining. But Monday's gonna be a good test. Young talented team down here, man. I really like the way Orlando building down here. I really do. I love Jonathan Isaac. I always been a John Isaac, New York City kid. I always loved his game. And they got a bunch of young studs down there. R.J. Hampton, all these guys, man. They got a bunch of them. So, but we got to see if their mental makeup ready to play with the Knicks Monday night. I think the Knicks go in there and beat them. I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think the Knicks go in there and beat these guys on Monday and get us 2-1. And then we take the next game and see how we do. But I think we should be all right. But salute to the chat, man. That's where it's at. Worldwide, L, Sharon, Fabian, salute D-Ross, salute everybody, man. Make sure y'all run them up with the thumbs up. You already know what it is. Next real talk. Let's get it. Divine Shot Powers on this beautiful Saturday night. Everybody got amped up the Friday night Knicks joint last night. So I'm glad to see you cats still got some energy in the end. And we should be because they won the game. And that's enough to keep us going. But I'm looking forward to Monday. And when they get in there and get it popping against Orlando, then we take it from there. But the Knicks season is upon us, though. It's back. And it looked good so far. I can't be more excited about the team that's on the floor. But I want them to get the show and prove to the naysayers. You ain't got to show and prove to me and all us guys. What you need to do is show and prove to the naysayers, all the doubters. You know what I mean? Just because it's about team basketball. It's not about individual talent. It's about team basketball. If your team good, it don't matter because you got 1 or 2 star players. I can't reiterate that enough just by the playoffs last year. Look at LeBron and last year. Look at LeBron and this year. Look at KD them last year and going up against Boston and that city got swept and they got superstar talent. So it's not about the superstar talent, it's about the team talent. I don't care how many good players you got. You ain't got a good team, it don't even matter. One man ain't no Michael Jordan walking up in this piece. You know what I mean? That's a wrap. And he still needed Scottie Pippen and all these guys. Yeah, he still needed
Grant. He still needed Pop Pippen. He still needed Kerr. He just needed all those guys.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and that's what it's about. It's about the team. So, and we got a decent team, and I'm gonna stick to my guns on that one. And we'll see how it goes, man. We just want to get here tonight, man. Give y'all some content to keep stay true to what we do, and to make sure we come out here with the family in the chat, and everybody where you watching and streaming them from, give us our take on what happened last night. And so far, from the recap for me was the bench played very well. The starters played decent enough to allow us to be in the game, and the bench allowed us to blow the game out. So when you got both of them popping, it's a good thing. And I'm really happy about that. I'm happy for Obi Toppin. I'm happy for Cam Reddish, RJ Barrett bounce back. And like I said, no matter who you played against, it's still an NBA team. No matter what they're doing. And I guarantee you, Dwayne Casey's gonna have them boys playing better than I think they are. Like I said, they ain't losing no 82 games. Like I said, they beat Orlando the other night. You know what I mean? They beat Orlando. It's the same team that we got to play money that everybody really praising. Detroit beat them the other night. Shit happens. Sometimes you just ain't, when you get overwhelmed, sometimes it happens. You know what I mean? Like they fought in the first quarter, shot powers much as they can, but once the Knicks really got a hold of them, put a grip on them, then nothing they can do about it. We might run across some people like that this year. We might play well in the first couple of quarters, and that team put a grip on it. There might not be nothing we can do about it. They just was better than us that night. You know what I mean? No team is going undefeated in the NBA. Nobody. So I don't really take the one loss thing too serious to me. It's what you do after that loss. Let's see what Detroit do for the next 3 or 4 or 5 games. Let's see what the Knicks do the next 3 or 4 or 5 games. That'll really tell you where they truly be at. But then how you start is how you finish. You know what I mean? Some people start off slow, end up hot. Some people start off hot, end up slow.
That's true.
So we'll see how it goes, man. It's a long season. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It's a long season, brother. So, anything can happen. But so far, I like us to do 500 in 2 games. We're going to have to keep moving, man. Let's see what they're going to do Monday. We be hitting into a talk 3-game show. You already know me and the brother Shaw. We be in the building about 6 o'clock. We get it popping, and we get into that game, and we should be good to go. But yeah, Shop How that was good, man. I'm glad you really had a chance to go there, man, and be a part of that experience and taking all that festivity that went on that night and everything, man, and just get caught up in the moment. It's always good when you go into the Garden representing. So, there ain't no feeling like the Garden to me. I haven't been into a lot of arenas, but I just know that Massway Garden is a special place. So I know for you to be up there and be a part of it has been a really good night for you.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, man, it was an enjoyable night out there last night, man. I enjoyed myself last night, seeing all these great content creators out there, talking the same thing that we're talking about tonight. The love for the Knicks, man. And I stay optimistic, man. You know what I mean? I'm true to the orange and blue. You know what I mean? So I'm happy that we had a great game last night, and I hope we can continue to do what we have to do. Like I said, we keep this second unit popping. We get a good scoring output from the starting unit. We're a hard takeout on any given night and stuff like that. So, salute to the New York Knicks for for me being at the game yesterday, giving me a win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, real talk, man. For me, if you look at what they got going on in the next coming up in their next game and everything, got obviously we got the Magic Monday, then that Wednesday we got the Hornets, then we go to Milwaukee. This is what I like about coming up Friday and on. You got after the Hornets, we go on the road against the Bucks. We go on the road against the Cavaliers. We come home to play the Hawks. We got the Sixers on the road. We got the Celtics at home. We got the Timberwolves and Timberwolves. We got the Nets in Brooklyn, and then we got to be back in November 11th with the Pistons. So that's a big test. That's what I really want to see, them games right there. We going up against the high echelon. In the next 5 or 6 games, we playing 4 of the top 5 teams in the East. You know what I mean? Like I said, Celtics, Sixers, even though they're playing bad now, Cavaliers can be there, Bucks can be there. We got Brooklyn. But we just got a massive schedule coming up in the next 10 games.
And a lot of them away games, too.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely, man. So this is what you're going to see what this team is made of. And that's what I want to see. How do they compete against these higher echelon teams? So even if we lose to them the first go round, but what's good about we done learn some things about that team that might make us play different the next time we play them. You know what I mean? So to say that, if we go up against Milwaukee and they beat us a certain way, we say, well, next time we got to try to eliminate this or we need to correct this. So that's why I don't really get too worried about the first 20 games of the season. I think it's all a fill-out process, but I like the fill-out process that we have going up against these dominant teams. And seeing this, it's like a litmus test to see where the Knicks is at. You know what I mean? That's so important to me, is to play these teams, even if you lose against them, but let you know where we at as a team. What is our competitive spirit? What is our competitive nature? Are we competing and are we losing against these guys? And we lose to the Milwaukee Bucks by 4 or 5 points. Instead of losing to them by 15 to 20. If you lose to them by 3 or 4 points, then that lets me know where this team is at, and that means they're a competitive team. And on any given night, something might go the other way and we win that game. So big test coming up with the next 10 games. A lot of firepower coming at us, man. We got, like I said, 4 or 5 teams in the top 5 in the East. So it's going to be a good test for us. I think we're going to be up to the challenge. Let's see how we can prevail. But I guess we got to take care of business first. Shot powers on Monday against the Orlando Magic. hopefully we can get Charlotte on Wednesday. Then we get ready to face all them big dogs coming up.
Yeah, we got to, you know, this is the time to set, you know, game plans out so we can put teams out on the floor to try to, you know, win the game. And I got confidence in the Knicks, man. We got a lot of guys that want to play basketball, and the rotations that Tibbs put out there. You know, like I said earlier, man, if the starting unit at the first half of the game, if the starting unit and the second unit can really propel us into the third quarter, we take over the third quarter. The fourth quarter should be easy almost every game. So let's see what happens. You know what I mean? I'm optimistic about this team, and let's get it.
Yeah, real talk, absolutely. Real talk. D-Roz, I was one below you, but I seem like I get more optimistic by the day. But I think anything can happen. You just never know. I mean, we'll see how the ball bounces at the end of the day. And my brother salute to you. My brother Real Talk, salute to you. Appreciate you coming in with us. And everybody, man. We just got to keep rolling, keep fun. It's going to be a fun season. There's going to be some peaks and valleys, some ups and downs. We're going to be in this chat some night that my mind, we need to trade everybody. It's going to have nights like that. We got to trade everybody. This cat ain't no good. You're going to have nights like that. But I don't get too high, too low off a loss. What happened in the course of the game for the reason why we lost? Well, their defense just better than ours that night. Or their offense, our defense didn't hold their offense. Not so much the individual player, but was our team better than that team that night? And if our team was better than that team, we win the game as a team. If our team wasn't better than that team that night, then we lose as a team. You know what I mean? Did Ted do something that might could have changed the game from a coaching philosophy or strategy? Maybe we could have won the game because we would have kept this player in. It just is so many variables to the stuff that you just, you know, you got to take it all in stride, man. I hope that everything works out for the best. But right now we 1-1. So I see a lot of positive things that's going on in New York. I don't really need to be, you know, too Debbie down on the Knicks. I'm not going to be a Debbie down on the Knicks because I think right now we 500 right now, and a lot of people picking us to be around that. So if that's the case, then you can't be mad at what the Knicks are doing right now because if a lot of us not picking them to be in the higher echelon, then you got to say, okay, right now they good. They 500. That's 41 and 41 is 82 games. So, you know, but I do think they will be better than that because I think what Julius Randle playing within himself. You know, he's in good shape. RJ in good shape. Quickly in good shape. All these guys in good shape. They're in massive shape. And plus they buying in. They got a lot of continuity from last year because they all played together for the last 2 or 3 years, like we always say. And then with Jalen Brunson and just make it better. So, we'll see, man. We just gotta hope that it all translates to the court, and they trust and believe in Tibbs' system and what he brings to the table. We take it from there, and then we'll see how it goes. Yeah,
for real with that, man. And on that note, man, I think Devon, I'm gonna get ready to check out on from the chat and stuff like that. I'm gonna go run out. I need to give me some my sugar's low. I need to go get me a waffle with some ice cream and some caramel on it or something. Salute to you, Divine. Salute to the chat as always. All these great guys in this chat. Run amok with the thumbs up. Salute to D-Roz, Sherwin up in here, Canal up in here. All the guys that keep coming in here, Parrish Duggars, Keith Turners and stuff like that. They keep coming in here. They listen to this great content about the team that we love and stuff like that. So on that note, Divine, salute to you. Salute to the chat. Let's get it.
Yeah, real talk, man. Appreciate you, brother. I'll let you later, man. I'll hit you up.
Yes, sir. I'll give you a call. Probably tomorrow, Monday, early morning when I'm at work.
Okay, man. Real talk. I'll let you, man. Be safe.
All right, later.
Yeah. Shout Powers on the checkout, man. But we appreciate the brother getting in with us like always. A partner in crime, no doubt about it. But yeah, man. So far so good, man. The season just upon us is early. We got to keep grinding and just keep playing, man. You know, like I said. Let the chips fall where they may. It's gonna be some nights where we don't got it. It's gonna be some nights where we got it. It's gonna be some nights where we blow teams out. It's gonna be some nights where we in there battling this and winning by 1 or 2 games. But the main thing is just be competitive. Just be competitive. That's all you gotta do. Just stay competitive. Every night you come out there, you don't come out there half stepping. Play for 48 minutes. You play for 48 minutes. But I think if we get that perimeter defense cleaned up a little bit more, I mean, it's kind of like it's pretty tough when you got everyone Fournier and Brunson there. They're not great defenders, but they try. They put in the effort. But maybe when Quentin Grimes back, he brings a little bit more defense tenacity to that backcourt. And it just helps us in that area as well. So for right now, I think we're pretty good. We got a pretty good thing going on in New York. Hopefully, maybe because quickly had a pop the other night. Maybe Cam Reddish bounced back Monday. And him and Harkenstein had a good game because they didn't need Cam Reddish the other night because quickly had it going. That's what I mean by a deep team. When you got guys that you don't really got to rely on because the team is going so good that night, then obviously he don't need to have a good game. But I do think Cam Reddish is going to be all right. He still was a plus. That's my most important thing. The other night he was a plus. So he might just score a lot, but he did some other things to keep the team in a positive fold. And that whole second unit deserved their flowers the other night because all of them were pretty much in the plus 20s. They were really balling the other night, man. So salute to the second unit for coming in there doing what we wish they could have did that game against Memphis. We probably would have walked out of there with a W. But I'm glad that they got in front of their home fan and gave the fan base something to be proud about. And that 130-104 shellac. And that's, if you think that the Detroit Pistons that bad, that you're supposed to beat teams like that. When you play teams like Detroit and them, if you're supposed to beat them by that many. You know what I mean? Even if they tank it, okay, if they tank it, you don't want to beat them by 2 or 3. No, you blow them out because that letting you know that they're not on your level. So you got to get a Knicks credit for really beating that team down and blowing them out because that's what they're supposed to do if you don't think Detroit is that good. So what I'm happy about is they did what they're supposed to have done. They went in there and they gave them cats a beat down because they're not on our level. And they did that. So you can't ask for more than that. They competed in Memphis because a couple of players didn't have it. RJ didn't have a game. Robinson didn't have a game. The bench didn't have a game. We still only lost by 3 points in Memphis. You got to take them signs and look at that for what it is. Let's hope that we continue to do it, man. But I'm liking what I'm seeing, everybody. I just want to see the cats continue to shine and continue to get better at their game. And every day, just keep improving. Learn something every day, get better every game. What you don't learn, what you didn't do this game, try to make it for the next game. I think they did that last night in front of their fans in the World Most Famous Arena. They went in here and took care of their business. So we got to stay optimistic about it, man. It's a long season. It's a real long season left, so we still got 80 games to go. But I'm confident. I think this team is going to peak. They're going to peak at a certain time. They're going to gel. They're going to come together. D-Rock, we need that out of Fournier. I would love to, man, because we gotta look at him over the next 20 games. Don't get though, Fournier coming off the fever thing. This was like last year too. He came out of the fever, played at a World game over there across seas. His leg just wasn't under him. I think he might be going through that same thing right now, where maybe playing all that summer ball in them tournaments, his legs might not fully be there. So hopefully, but he did at the second half of the season. Fournier caught on last year in the second half of the season. He started dropping. You know what I mean? So let's hope that that's all it is maybe right now he just got to get back in the, get the leg back under him. It takes a while. I mean, there's a lot of basketball we're playing straight out there, then coming into training camp, trying to get your all-season game to work out. So I think Evan Fournier hopefully will be all right. You know what I mean? He's a dynamic shooter. He brings a lot of experience, a lot of good IQ to the game. We just got to hope that him and Brunson can hold that perimeter defense down for us per se. And keeping cats honest. That way they don't put a lot of pressure on Mitch and all these guys to have to pick them up when they get past that key and everything. So let's see if they can improve on that level. But salute to Jalen Brunson, great acquisition to the Knicks, making it look the game look easy. He makes the game look easy for the Knicks, and Cat he just got it going. So we'll see how that thing keep going, man. Real talk. But listen, man, we are hanging here until about another 13 minutes, man. But salute to the chat. That's where it's at. So to everybody we streaming in front, thank y'all for checking out Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it. We in the building all day, every day, man. Y'all make sure y'all run them up with the thumbs up. Tell a friend. We just gonna keep dropping this content, man, and keep bringing y'all this Nick notes and everything that keep you guys engaged, man. Because I know we got some great podcasts all over this place. One thing about the Knicks Nation, we got some great podcast shows. You can get it everywhere. You will never go without having some good Knicks content. All the way from NBK all the way down to Blonde Ted, all the way to Nick Fan TV, all the way to CT, everybody, man. Anybody who I forgot, you in there, you know what I mean? But I can't name everybody. So, but we got a lot of good content creators out here, man. The Queen's Court, Dope Soul Sports Talk, everybody, man. Die Hard, E-Roo, you name it, they out there, brother. So we never short of good content. But Knicks Real Talk, we in here, you know what I mean? And that's what it do. But listen, man, we for all the Giant fans. Giants got a game against the Jacksonville Jaguars tomorrow. Don't sleep on that team though. Doug Peterson, he took the Philadelphia Eagles to the Super Bowl, and so we can't sleep on we can't go on the Giant fans. We can't go up in Florida and Jacksonville. I think that's going to be a cakewalk. We got to go play. We got to play hard against Trevor Lawrence and the guys, man. Cats they beat a couple of decent teams this year, so let's hope Giants can make it 5-1 and 6-1 or whatever case it be, and keep making some noise and keep proving the doubt of wrong. And that's what I want our Knicks to do. I want our Knicks to have a giant season. The Jets playing good ball. The Yankees, they ain't not so much right now. They just couldn't. Astros is a pretty good team, man. Dusty Baker's a good coach. Yankees just don't got the firepower they got. You know what I mean? So we'll see what's going to happen with them. Our Mets got cut out there early, but Rangers is in effect. Everybody's in effect, man. So New York sports is good this year. Let's just hope our Knicks can continue that trend and be a part of these guys having that good New York feeling this year. New York City has some good sports talk this year, man. Some good sports team. Everybody pretty much got there. They didn't go far, but they got there. Mets got there. Yankees got there. Rangers went to the Stanley Cup Finals last year. Hopefully now it's time for us and the Knicks or whatever. But it's time for the Knicks to get into the playoffs. And if you get to the playoffs, and that's an accomplishment, just like all the other teams. But New York has a good sports team this year, man. Overall, so let's hope our Knicks can continue that. But listen, man, we got that game going on Monday. We'll be in the house, man. Knicks Real Talk, you know what it is. Orlando Magic, 7:30. We'll be in here with the pregame show, 6 o'clock. And like I said, I'm not in the studio now. As you know, I'm away from home. I'm out here on a sabbatical. So I'm not in my studio where I can really bring some more flavor to the show. But right now, it is what it is. I got to give you what we can give you. But listen, man, I'm gonna get out of here. Salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Thank you guys for coming in, man, being part of this thing, man. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. Enjoy your football Sunday. First and foremost, gotta be safe out there, man. I know voting season coming around. I don't want to be this pop, but y'all go out there and make sure y'all vote, man, and get your contribution to this thing, man. And go out there and register to vote. Get your vote up. Go out there and help keep this thing going, man. So all you got out there is voting season, man. November 8th. We got the voting popping off, man. So y'all go out there and get your thing out there, man, and vote for the people who are gonna help us maintain the beautiful world we living in. But after that, man, listen, salute to the chat. That's where it's at. Sherman, salute to you. Keith Turner, Canal, D. Ross. Again, salute to you. King Brittany, salute. Core Mega, my brother, salute to you. Johnny Davis, you already know how we do. Everybody, man, salute to you guys. Knicks fan, let's go. Salute to you. Let's keep it going, man. Parrot Duggar, you know what it is, brother. Salute to you. Worldwide L for the love of the game. You know how them brothers get down there. Friday Nerd, Hardwood, all on cats, man. Salute to you cats down there. Fabian, my brother, salute to you. Everybody, man. Nick Yak, salute to you. East Blue Drew, everybody. Chef NYK, Big Task, my brother, salute to you. Good seeing you. And everybody, man. So listen, man, y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend, man. And I'll try to do the same. And we'll see you kept quiet money. Thanks for coming in, my brother. Real Talk, salute to you. Frank Matos, West Palm Beach, always in the building. Craig McQueen, salute to you. Keith, you already know how we do. JJ, everybody, man. Y'all guys have a great one. Wherever you streaming it from, we appreciate y'all coming in and being a part of the show. Make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe button out the door. Don't cost nothing, man. And like I said, tell a friend. Knicks Real Talk, Shop Power Divine. Let's get it, man. We out. Y'all have a good night, man. I'll let you catch on Monday, 6 p.m., with the pre-game show. Mr. Orlando Magic, man. Let's get it. Peace.
Time for Divine Shot, KJ Events. This Real Talk's the brand. You understand how we do, my man. I'm on that Friday night Knicks shit, dripping in Knicks shit. Up in the world, most famous arena. With the click, that's the conglomerate. The Knicks Real Talk, the real prominent. I'm a bit like the Omicron variants, I'm dominant. Paying homage to the cats in the chat. That's where it's at. Cause I'm hearing that. You don't care for how early we straight facts. We interact with the mob, the gods. Up in the pod, the squad, the side. But I to rob you on the job, my energy. Feeling tripping in 10 books. As they cook my game plan, and my brand for loot and pursuit. Going hard like the New York City gritty committee. Cause that the Knicks ain't always pretty, but we all stay giddy. And we embrace the fan base like the links, Anthony Mace. We create the logo when there's space that appear like Squarespace. Staring down on the Chase Bridge, look at that Knicks City drip. There's 50 decks on the court, looking pretty legit. I stay true to the orange and blue. I thought you knew for him a few bars to shine like Star Divine to Mount Mars. Knicks Real Talk. Here we go, let's go.
Knicks Real Talk right here. I'm representing
Knicks Real Talk.
right here. Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
We here in the building.
Knicks Real Talk.
Let's get it.
Here we go, let's go.
For real. Yes, sir.
Knicks real talk.
We here.
Here we go.
In the
Let's go.
building. Let's get it. Let's get it. Yeah, for real. Yes,
Let's
sir.
get it.